guys, it's 21 Maxwell here and welcome to episode 20 of the WWE 2009 mod, now 2010 in-game, TEW2013 Let's Play. You join us in our first episode of ECW, followed up by our first episode of Smackdown of the new year, as we start to really build towards the Rumble and WrestleMania and start to usher in a new range of talent. So you join us today with 8 segments. I'm just going to quickly save it because I had forgot. And we're going to be booking today's show in the Mid-South region at the MS Sprint Centre, which is in, if I have a wee quick look, if we can find it. This is me not knowing America very well. Where everything is in Kansas, Missouri. MS, I suppose that makes sense, doesn't it? So for ECW, we have just one pre-show match, and then we have 8 segments, a couple of matches, a debut, and a couple of promos as well. So enjoy ECW before we jump into SmackDown. So first off, in a match that had some good action but not much in the way of heat, Daniel Bryan and Paul Burchill defeat Tommy Dreamer and Yoshitatsu in 909 when Daniel Bryan defeated Tommy Dreamer with a Dragon Suplex. 60C. Great chemistry between the Burchills. Katie Lee did good stuff at ringside and Tommy Dreamer is improving performance skills. Nice and simple match to get us onto the show. So an extremely short match, the Brian Kendrick defeats Tyler Rex in 5-11 by pinfall with a sliced bread number 2. I get a 54 C- there. Good stuff from Kendrick to get him over, and Tyler Rex is improving his performance skills. Quite a few negatives, but Kendrick's the one we're looking to push. AJ Lee and Katie Lee Burchill are backstage arguing over who is the hottest. Eventually Katie Lee challenges AJ Lee to a bikini contest. It's not really a bikini contest, it was just a segment. We wanted 2 divas to argue as we continue to get AJ Lee as much exposure as possible to get her over as a dominant diva, and I get a 54 C- here. All good positives there. This flopped. In an extremely short match, Fergal Devitt defeated Vance Archer in 4:35 with a flying double stomp. 13 F+. We're just going to have to keep pushing Devitt against the higher talents then to get him over, because it's certainly not working when he's winning against lesser talents than him. No skill improvements and overall very, very disappointing. In a match that had some good action but not much in the way of heat, Seth Rollins defeated Goldust in 7:57 by pinfall with God's Last Gift. I get a 62C. Great segment there. And I'm more than happy with that. Goldust doing a good job there. A video package airs highlighting the newest member of the ECW roster, which is Alex Shelley. It's his past on the Independents plus his whole story, backstory with being from Detroit and made in Detroit, etc. And that got a 60C. His debut match got a 57C, and a match that had some good action but not much in the way of heat. Alex Shelley defeats William Regal in 5:38 using Sliced Bread 2. He debuts his Degenerate gimmick, which got an 86 rated segment. And overall, most pluses there, apart from obviously Regal's getting on a little bit, but he does the job. It helps get a younger talent over, and it pushes us towards our main event, which is a promo first off with Wade Barrett. So for far too long around here, it's been the veterans getting the opportunities, the veterans getting the title shots. Well, not no more. This is our time to take over. So we're going to start with a storyline between Shelton and Barrett, and we're going to push Barrett towards the main title picture in ECW, and that is a 62C. The main event itself drew a 70C+, which is pretty good, and a match that had some good action but not much in the way of heat. Shelton defeated Barrett in 909 with a paid up. So 70C+, pretty decent. No skill improvements there, but hopefully in defeat Wade Barrett can get a bit of overness from it, a bit of pop. One thing I will say is I'm thinking about duking or getting rid of the ECW banner and changing it to NXT, but not the NXT we've seen in WWE in 2010, more so NXT in 2014-15, having that kind of show. But I'm going to see what I can do, get a couple other angles. I need to get in other shows first before we worry about that. But that means the show get a 57 C-. The feeling is the storylines aren't good enough, which means we thought the Barrett one would get us over 64. It didn't, but we can work in that. And there's a lot of new storylines coming up on SmackDown, so that'll be coming up right next. So here we are, guys, with the SmackDown portion of the show. 10 segments here as we begin to build some feuds on the Smackdown brand, and hopefully get off to the next level on Smackdown, and hopefully make up for that terrible show that was Monday Night Raw and get a good rating. 10 segments, 2 pre-shows, let's kick straight into it and enjoy Friday Night Smackdown. And about the featured solid in-ring action but non-existent crowd heat, Mike Knox defeated Fergal Devitt in 9:30 by pinfall with a reverse STO. This gathered a 56 C- rating. The match was too long given who was involved, but the announce team done well. It gets them more experience, no skill improvements, very few negatives there, but hopefully it's the rise of Finn Balor or Fergal Devitt. And in a match that had some good action but not much in the way of heat, Alex Shelley defeated Luke Gallows in 8:11 by pinfall with a sliced bread number 2. And that got a 66 C+, not bad considering it's Shelley's second match with the company. And again, very little negatives. We start off the show with the announcers putting over the fact we'll be seeing Daniel Bryan, and that got a 52 D+ rating, before he has a very good match. In a match that had some good action but not much in the way of heat, Daniel Bryan defeated John Morrison in 10:23 by pinfall with a dragon suplex. During the match we also have Dolph Ziggler running and attack Morrison. 78B, brilliant, good chemistry between both wrestlers. It continues the feud between Morrison and Ziggler and slowly pushes Bryan up to probably mid-card, close to the upper mid-card. And very few negatives as well, so it's a good start to the Smackdown portion of the show. In a match that had some good action but not much in the way of heat, Crime Time defeated the Hart Dynasty in 9:38 when Shad Gaspard defeated Tyson Kidd by pinfall with an STO, 76B-. I can't argue any of that. Great rating between these two teams. Natalia doing good work, and the usual great chemistry. No skill improvements, but again it will continue the rise of Shad and JTG, so all good there. The announcers put over the fact that we'll be seeing The Undertaker take on Dolph Ziggler tonight, and that is an ATB. Great opportunity for Dolph Ziggler. And about the feature, great action and a good crowd. The Big Show defeated Christian in 7:33 by pinfall with a knockout punch, 68 C+. Nothing great, but really a match just to establish Christian's standing on SmackDown and also to put the Big Show over, for now anyway. While this happened, Chris Jericho's backstage and Crime Time ambush him with a sneak attack, leaving him laid out. I know this is a heel kind of angle, but payback for what Chris Jericho and the Big Show done to JTG and Shad, and obviously with Big Show not being about, it was the best time for Crime Time to get in about it, so to speak, and to get revenge. 77B, great segment that will hopefully again elevate Shad and JTG. In a match that had some excellent in-ring action and great heat from the audience, The Undertaker defeated Dolph Ziggler in 14:56 with a chokeslam, following botched interference from Batista. We also had a run-in from AJ Lee to attack The Undertaker, as she's obviously Ziggler's manager. 78B again, but a great chance for the Batista to take on The Undertaker and start a kind of feud there again, and also to give AJ Lee massive exposure in her bid to push her forward. Undertaker improves his performance skills, again next to no negatives apart from the usual length, low experience, etc., which we can work on over time. And about the feature, great action and a good crowd. Our main event saw CM Punk defeat Matt Hardy in 14:04 with Pepsi Plunge. I have no idea why Punk keeps using the Pepsi Plunge in this, but we'll roll with it, we'll go with that. And ATB, the Hardy versus Punk storyline has begun and started here. Matt Hardy is improving his Rumble skills. After the match, Matt Hardy staggers to his feet, pulling himself up from the ropes. CM Punk sees this and kicks Matt in the knee before picking him up and hitting him with the GTS. Punk continues to kick at Hardy before some music goes off. Who is it? It is the returning Jeff Hardy. Jeff is back to save his brother. I don't know if there's any more text here. Yep, Jeff storms to the ring, starts punching Punk before sending him scurrying up the ramp. Disappointing, this only got a 67 C+. I thought Jeff would have got a massive ovation from this. But he debuts his charismatic Enigma gimmick, 85 rating. Punk came out looking well, Jeff didn't. And obviously that continues the Jeff Hardy versus Punk storyline. I did really hide that one there. A lot of negatives there, but we'll work with Jeff Hardy and we'll hopefully get Jeff over with time. Oh wow, that was a terrible end to the show. Jeff helps his brother Matt to the EMT support before he goes out to the crowd to celebrate. So he's helped his brothers to the MTs to help them support him up the ramp while Jeff goes and celebrates. Unfortunately, this one gets a 36 D-. Oh well, Jeff, what the hell has happened to your stats? So I'm really worried about the end show is going to be. Oh, still a 79B, not bad, but very disappointed with Jeff Hardy there. That is disappointing. That's really, really poor, and I was hoping we get much better ratings with him. So quite disappointed with that, but hopefully, it's got us now a couple of storylines that are all good, and hopefully we can kick on from here. So I'm not going to read my notes in case there's a signing being made that could spoil future storylines, but the vast majority tended to enjoy the show. So guys, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this episode. You can see now where we're hoping to go with Raw, Smackdown and ECW, and hopefully you are enjoying it. If you did, leave a like. If you have any comments, any storylines you'd like to see, etc, etc, comment section, please guys, let me know any ideas you've got. And until next time, it's 21 Maxwell, and I'll speak to you all real soon. Bye bye.